What's up, everybody? Ace of All Trades here. Hope you guys having a great day so far. We are back for yet another Triple Threat Sports podcast. Appreciate you guys for watching us over on the YouTube channel, and shout out to all you guys listening to us on your favorite podcast platform. Much appreciated. Shout out to all the continued support. We really do appreciate it. But before we get into some more sports news, we got to go ahead and introduce the co-host first. First up, Siggy Gunn. Say what up.
What up?
And last but not least, UTX, JG Dedon.
Back again. What's good, people? Another episode. Let's get it.
True. All right, you guys. So it's been a couple of weeks, and we definitely have to talk about it. We're going to talk about some little bit of the NFL draft stuff, and then we currently have the NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs currently going on as a part of the recording. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but let's go ahead and get the draft stuff out of the way. So we recently had the NFL draft, and there was definitely some surprising picks and some picks we kind of already knew about. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to just bring up the first three picks especially. So what do you guys think about Kyler Murray? Do you think he's going to be a good fit with the Cardinals? Do you feel like he's going to actually kind of just get the groove into things? Or you think he's going to take some time to develop? What are you guys thinking? JG, I'll go with you first.
Actually, I want Siggy to talk about this one first, because you remember we talked about this in previous.
Siggy. Yeah, say Siggy. What's up? Yeah, what's up, bro? What you think?
Well, I knew it was going to happen. That's first off, because what's his face? Cliff Kingsbury?
Cliff Kingsbury, yeah.
I always want to say Cliffbury for some reason. We knew that he's an offensive-minded guy. He always loved his game, and knowing that he finally gets to the coaching position, and that's just he wants his guy. He doesn't want what somebody else picked. Rosen was obviously not his pick, so he wanted to start. If he wants to start fresh, he wants to start with somebody that he trusts, and he wants Kyler Murray. As far as fit and all that, if he's going with his college style, he's obviously going to have every reason to succeed in his offense. It's going to be a college style offense. It's not going to be something that he's going to have difficult learning. It's going to be up tempo. He's going to be running. He's going to be throwing. He's going to be pretty much like with Pat Mahomes, pretty much.
He's going to be a workhorse.
So he's going to succeed. Now, the thing is, though, is that he needs to succeed for people on the baseball side to see if he made the right decision in the end. This is more of a case of I'm going to be looking at 4 or 5 years down the road, because we saw RG3 come out and do good, and then all of a sudden he's nowhere. You know what I mean? And if that happens, then everybody's going to be wondering, well, why didn't you stick with baseball where you could have made, more money?
He left a lot of money on the table. A lot of money.
It's interesting, but he wasn't number one overall pick, so he is going to get more money than baseball immediately. I think he's in line to get at least $35 million or something like that.
Right.
And baseball was only 50, which is big considering that this was somebody that hasn't even gone a double A or anything yet. They were offering him $15 million, like the max. MLB wanted to bend over backwards even to try to get him to stay in MLB, which is what's unheard of. So, so we know he's going to make more money up front right away. So he already made the right decision there. He was going to be pick number 1. That was the risk, and he did get it. So everything is going right for him so far. I don't see any way that he can fail unless he's just, overrated. But I if that's the case, I think
he's definitely not. I don't think he's overrated.
I think more blame would be on Cliffbury than Cliffbury.
Why do you keep wanting to?
I said it. I know what to say.
It's all good.
Than on him. So the pressure's more on the coach.
JG.
Yeah, I mean, so you was right about this. They had no more faith in Josh Rosen. no faith. Like
he found a new home in Miami, bro. He found a new home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was so bad that he wasn't even going to be a backup. I thought they would at least keep him, but again, it must have been something else internal. Maybe they wanted Josh Rosen to get a fresh start, or Josh Rosen himself didn't want to, play second fiddle after he started last year, which again is understandable. And there was some controversy behind that. Steve Smith went off on him during the draft, and that caused some controversy or whatever. But I'm excited for Kyler Murray, but I'm also like, fuck you, because you're in my division, so I don't really care. I don't want him to do good just because of that fact, but that's just me being biased. But I think he's going to do good, and the main reason why I say this is because not only did they get him, they got their guy that they wanted, but they also did what else they needed to do in the draft, and that's pretty much like surround him with a whole bunch of weapons. So not only do you have Fitz, they drafted like 3 wide receivers.
Bro, Fitzgerald though, bro, that's a amazing wide receiver. That's somebody you want just to learn about the NFL and everything like that. That's crazy when you really think about it.
Yeah, so I mean, besides obviously his age, like he's still a workhorse. He's still going to do what he does as long as he's healthy. So, so he has a plethora of weapons around him. So, pending, somebody getting cut or on the practice squad or whatever. Like they actually like had a pretty good draft, I would say, the Cardinals overall. So I think Kyler's going to do good though overall. I think that the Cardinals are going to have a better season than they did last year. I just don't think that Josh Rosen. I just don't think that he was that guy. Like I already said that he was overrated last year, and they showed it. I know some people were saying, well, it's because of that O-line, but the O-line is only a part of the picture, in my opinion. I think that having a dual threat quarterback like Kyler is going to end up being better. A lot of people are saying he's going to be like Russ 2.0, and I could see that. I could definitely see that, but if we have 2 of these damn quarterbacks in my division, boy, I'm gonna be so upset.
I bet you would.
We're gonna have to be running around trying to catch both of these dudes for 4 games. So it's gonna be interesting. But I mean, yeah, they did exactly what they said. The rumors were not rumors. Cliff said he wanted Kyler, and here we go. They picked him with no issue. Like there wasn't even anything else. They were like, nah, we ain't getting Nick. Like forget all that, bro. We getting Kyler, and they did exactly that. No controversy behind that. As soon as the day came.
I mean, that's wild, though, when you really think about it for Josh Rosen. I mean, look, yeah, he threw 14 interceptions last year. I mean, he also had 11 touchdowns, but at the same time, though, he played 14 games as a rookie. His offensive line is actually not good at all. So, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, yes, he was the number 1 pick for the Cardinals, last year in the 2018 draft. It's kind of unfortunate to how it is, but it is just a business, and maybe they just felt like, okay, you know what, Rosen, like JG said, maybe we're going to be able to give you a new fresh start. This is definitely nothing personal, but we're going to send you over to Miami. The thing is, which is crazy, they weren't even shopping Rosen until after they picked Murray. Like they weren't even shopping him or anything like that. So to a lot of people, he was going to stay on until Kyler got drafted, and he did. And the funny thing is, though, too, Josh Rosen had kind of a sense of humor about it. He thanked everybody from the Cardinals organization, and then he actually, I saw the video too, and it's actually pretty funny. He offered his apartment where he was currently staying at in Arizona to Murray, and was telling him, hey, I can get you a good deal. A new apartment just opened up. So at least he had a sense of humor behind it and everything like that. I definitely do think that the offensive line may still be an issue for the Cardinals next year, but they'll have kind of a dual threat when it comes to the quarterback, since he will be a workhorse. So it'll be interesting to see how that offense is. I think defensive wise for the Cardinals, I think they'll be pretty solid. I mean, they have some pretty good guys over there already, so
they won't be using his legs much.
He'll probably be using his arms more than anything, especially after all the guys they drafted.
It's gonna be DJ that's gonna be a lot of screens and stuff like that. Imagine back whenever it was remember Philadelphia when they had the what's his face, not Sproles, but the other one that was Westbrook. It's gonna be that kind of offense, because what he likes to do, Kingsbury, I want to say Cliffbury still, Kingsbury, is he likes to have the quarterback throw a lot, and you're gonna see games where he's gonna be approaching 400 yards like all the time. And
right.
You're gonna see, though, a lot of those yards are be coming from screens and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a high flying type of offense like that.
Yeah,
a lot of yards after catch.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, he still will be a threat regardless. I mean, he's gonna have to prove himself, of course, when it comes to his legs. I don't think
what he did at Texas Tech is what I'm looking.
Oh, okay, got you.
In the pro level.
I got you.
And then, I mean, it might end up being a blessing, because I mean, Baker, when he actually got to,
and he was at the Texas A&M, just throwing it out there.
No,
I'm talking about Cliff.
Oh,
yeah, his quarterback.
Yeah, his offense
is coaching style. Yeah,
true.
But, I mean, Kyler might end up being. I mean, we got back-to-back Oklahoma quarterback drafting, so, and number 1 too. So we'll see how this ends up.
Damn, bro, this is wild. From his sophomore year, I'm looking at the stats right now. From his sophomore year to his junior year, he went from 18 completions to 260. Obviously, played way more and everything like that because of who he was playing behind. But it was, I'm interested to see how this guy goes. I'm really interested. I mean, at 5'10", 195 pounds, he's definitely gonna put some more muscle. I mean, we gonna see it, man. So shout out to him.
Once again, I just want to mention one thing.
Go ahead.
If Kyler does bad, you know what they're gonna blame it on, right? They're gonna blame it on their O-line because that was the one thing just like years ago when we got Sam Bradford, and I kept telling people that Oklahoma O-line is the reason why these people are so good. Now,
absolutely.
Ended up, somehow, having a decent season, but if Kyler does terrible, like I said, he had a fucking elite O-line, and we're going to see if the Cardinals O-line doesn't hold up. Don't see a lot of running from him, I'm telling you.
I mean, that's the thing though. Last year is with even Rosen is the fact that their O-line wasn't good last year. I don't know what they're gonna do to make things better this year, but they're definitely gonna have to step up because that's 2 first-round quarterbacks. I would hate to see Rosen. I would hate to see Murray go somewhere else after this year. So.
No, I think they're gonna stick with him.
They'll have to stick with him. They're not gonna find the coach right away.
that's also true. So that's interesting for him. But shout out to Kyler Murray. Hopefully, I don't think he'd be a bust or anything like that. But let's talk about the number 2 pick, Nick Bosa, Ohio State, defensive end, San Francisco. Do you think he's gonna be a good fit there, San Fran?
Yeah, he was the best talent in the draft outside of Quinn Williams, right? So, I mean, it was no shock that the 49ers picked him. They had to. Yeah,
and he'll definitely get. I think he'll be on their starting D line for sure.
Obviously.
So that's all I want to. I'm not talking about the other bullshit. Whatever.
You want to.
No,
I didn't even talking it.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about that, they're not even talking about his talent. Like as soon as he got drafted, they're like, but them tweets though.
Yeah. They weren't even talking about his talent or anything like that. They brought that up and then they just let it go. It's just very ironic because it's on the because the reason why he removed it is because of the fact that he was possibly going to be on the San Fran team. So I'm sure they asked him about it in their the player interviews and everything.
He should have left us out of the Jets would have got him.
Well, I mean, you're not happy with Williams. I mean, he did get picked third overall.
I'm happy either way. I was playing.
Bruh, they got him another Alabama boy. Trust me, that on their defensive line, bruh, he's a big dude.
Both of them were good fits. Don't get me wrong. I think Bosa would have been more immediate impact. On both of them going to start. Don't get me wrong, but
all right.
I think Bosa is somebody I would have liked more on the Jets.
Okay.
It was destiny. Both of them are in Cali. The brothers are in Cali. So
all right. So let's really talk about the most important pick of the draft. We just gonna go ahead and get straight into it because I mean, no. Wait. I'm just first of all, congratulations to all the people that were drafted in the NFL. I hope you guys have great seasons. Protect yourself. Have fun. Everything along those lines. But we really got to talk about the best pick of them all, and JG is very passionate about this pick, so let's just start and talk about it. I mean, is New York Devils now apparently Daniel Jones, the quarterback from Duke University,
go ahead,
gets drafted to the New York Giants. JG feels that he is a implant. He's a why do you feel this way? Go ahead, JG, explain.
All right, well,
keep that same energy. By the way,
anybody but the Giants thought that this was a good pick at number 6 when they had 2 picks in the first round. So here you go. This is why I think he's a plant. Immediately when he got picked, first of all, Goodell was like, "Who are you?" When he went on the stage, he was like, "I don't even know who you are. Why are you getting picked as a number 6 pick?" All right, people, for those who don't know, even though Ace refutes this man came into Duke as a 0-star recruit. I repeat, a 0-star recruit. This man had 52 touchdowns in his lifetime playing for Duke. Duke is not known as a football organization. They're known for basketball. Everybody knows this. It's been like this since forever. So how do you, as a 0-star recruit, get picked number 6? The Giants want you that bad, and immediately you get a Visa ad that pops up on my Twitter. I'm like, bruh, this is some bullshit. Who else has Visa commercials right now? Fucking Eli Manning. Like, come on, bruh. They're setting this man up. and they knew it, bro. They just felt that Daniel Jones was the best pick. Nobody was reaching for Daniel Jones, New York Giants. Nobody was reaching for him. Why you did not pick up Dwayne Haskins? Why you did not pick up Drew Lock? I do not know. But you messed up big time. And again, you picked him because he's a plant and you're grooming him to be the successor to Eli Manning. And people were saying, oh, well he's going to do good. When is he going to play? When is he going to play, people? They're still going to play Eli. They're not going to have this same situation. I'm telling you, not going to have the same situation this year. The only way that Daniel Jones is going to get some tick is if Eli gets injured, God forbid, but he's not going to be that person that's going to get groomed to be an immediate threat coming out of here. Again, Daniel Jones could do okay, but again, coming in as being a 0-star recruit and getting picked at number 6 when there are clearly more talented quarterbacks and nobody was reaching for him. How the hell were y'all scared, Giants? Come on now. Nobody likes that pick. I feel sorry for the Giants, for New York again, because I feel like y'all keep getting screwed with these dumbass picks. Saquon was good. Saquon was definitely good. And again, since he fell to y'all, that was a pick that y'all had to make. But to get a quarterback named Daniel Jones at number 6 was sickening, bro. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Look, I'm just gonna say this, JG, because apparently he's a plant and everything along those lines. But it's very interesting that there is actually a link between with Daniel Jones and the NFL already. Did you know that his head coach, David Cutcliffe, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. I apologize if I pronounce it.
Coached both the Manning brothers.
Yeah, he coached both the Manning brothers. I was just waiting to tell you this until we got on the podcast. But yes, he coached both the Manning brothers. He just throwing that out there. So
and then the biggest conspiracy of all right, hot take, people, hot take. Because Ace already said it. If the Knicks get the number 1 pick, bruh, they are going to spin this and they are going to say, oh yeah, Duke boys, we got Zion and we got Daniel Jones. This is why Ace said it's going to be the New York Devils, brother.
So now we know for a fact that the Knicks are going to get the cold envelope, huh? All right.
Yep.
I hope so.
It's either gonna
happen, man.
It's either that's gonna happen. I mean, marketing, that'd be smart. Let's just keep it real. Like that would be very smart to do that.
They're gonna put them back to back, bro. New York,
look, because Duke. If you really think about it, Duke has generated so much money marketing wise for just their basketball in general. Coach K, everything associated with it. So of course, if that happens, if Zion ends up being a Knick and going to the Knicks, absolutely, you would be stupid not to be able to get a marketing campaign behind both of them. First round draft picks. Absolutely. New York would be stupid to do that. That's money right there. Like, let's keep it real. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a conspiracy theory because that's why they picked it. I
do.
I think it was a shock because they had like JG said the 17th pick. So you would think
they would get somebody else first and then go for another quarterback later on in the first round.
Did not have to get a quarterback in number 6. Absolutely did not.
Even the threat of Washington taking him if they really liked him. Then you have Haskins. Like, how would that be a bad thing? Like JG said, the obvious connection was the whole Eli Manning thing. I mean, the Giants aren't even hiding the fact that that's the reason why they wanted him, was because we like Eli. Eli probably said, this is my guy. I can teach him everything. And maybe it's like a situation that the Giants wanted to avoid when Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Brett Favre didn't want to teach Rodgers nothing.
He wouldn't teach him. He wouldn't teach him shit.
I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Trade me right now. I'm not gonna be no backup. So maybe that's like a factor too. Maybe they just that this was gonna be an easy transition.
Maybe they're friends, bro. Maybe they broke bread with each other and everything like that.
They
That's
definitely talked before.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No question.
JG closed his eyes when he said that. Oh my god, bro.
But I just don't think any team was gonna be looking at him anyways. Like I think he was gonna be. Obviously, Haskins was going to be the next guy. Washington had to be thrilled whenever he fell. Washington didn't have to trade up, and everybody thought that Washington was going to try to trade up with the Jets to get this guy, right? Haskins.
Yeah.
Everybody was so scared of the Giants picking Haskins, it seemed, that everybody was saying Washington and all the quarterback teams down below were going to be calling the Jets and saying, hey, we want to trade with you. We want to get the quarterback, right? And that didn't happen. And all of a sudden, here comes the Giants. Washington must have got this info because whenever Snyder came out and said, I'm going to be the guy picking, not the coach. Maybe he already had the inside knowledge that the Giants weren't going to do anything. It's like, we're not going to trade anything because we already know that they already have number 1 on the board, which is true. Actually, there was a tweet that came out last week before the draft that somebody in New York, a reporter, there's a New York team that has a quarterback number 1, and it's not Haskins, and he put it just like that. And sure enough, it wound up being Daniel Jones, and it wound up being the Giants. But
yeah, the only 2 teams that needed a quarterback immediately were the Dolphins and the Redskins.
Yep. And none of them
were scared of them.
Yeah,
you were really scared of them. Okay, like I said, it's bullshit.
It was. And let me say the reason why I said earlier about Ace ruining it. The Giants made the Raiders pick look good because you didn't go to that 4th pick. That 4th pick,
that's true.
Would have been the most horrible pick if it wasn't for the Giants picking Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. You're not lying. You're not lying. Absolutely.
The Raiders got a pass because of this, because it wound up being the biggest story was the Giants just botching this draft, it seemed. And we'll find out if it really was, but it doesn't look good. But the Raiders, with all their picks in the first round, and they number 4, they wound up picking Farrell, which everybody was. I remember the whole board. I don't even know if they had a picture of him when they put it on ESPN, because it's like
Josh Allen was waiting on y'all, bro.
Yes.
Why did y'all not get him?
Man, I had no idea. That was shocking. Until the Giants.
The Raiders are dumb. They are so lucky that number 24 pick, especially after the news that we received today about Crowell being out for the season, getting Josh Jacobs. Bruh, oh my God, they are so lucky. Like, don't nobody even care about that number 4 pick, like you said. Like, they got lucky.
Amen.
that they are not the stinkers of this draft.
Yep. Yeah, so they weren't working out, but man, they can imagine if they would have got though Allen. I'm shocked because that was like a guy that everybody had up there too.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I mean, it was an interesting draft. Some people felt like, it was lackluster in the offensive department, but honestly, I'd see like there was a pretty good stuff.
I mean, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, there was. This is kind of
You want to go ahead and talk about the receiver?
I mean, no, we can talk about that, but
yeah.
Besides tight ends, which both of the Iowa tight ends went in the first 20, I'm like, bro, that's pretty crazy. Like, they have so much faith in these Iowa boys. So besides them, an offensive player did not get selected until the Raiders picked Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
that's wild.
Like, that is pretty wild. It was so much defensive talent.
Oh my God, so much
on his board this year. Like, it actually, I wouldn't say that it was boring, but it was just surprising. I didn't really get that like wow feeling when anybody picked anybody until, of course, the Giants picked Daniel Jones. But even like number 1 through, and we're gonna just forget about the Raiders because they just don't count this situation. But even like the first 5-6 pick, like I was just like, all right, like that's. That I was expecting that. So it wasn't really anything shocking until like, it was like, damn, no wide receivers went out. There were no first round running backs until number 24. I was like, all right, well, this is when it really gets a little popping. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, this kind of weird. Like, I'm not used to that. And then right after that, I mean, we ended up freaking after getting the first round pick after like I think 2 or 3 years. We haven't had a first round pick, the Rams, and we ended up trading out. I'm like, bro, like I can't even get the satisfaction of me getting the first round pick, even though we technically didn't need anybody, but I just wanted the feeling of having a first round pick again because I had to wait another day in order for us to make our first pick. But we ended up trading with the Falcons and then the Patriots, the last pick on the first night, ended up getting N'Keal Harry. I was like, wow, they don't draft wide receivers that early, never. So
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I mean, they needed it though. This was an actual need, and the Patriots really don't need anybody, but all their wide receivers were gone, so they needed somebody. So I was like, well, that makes perfect sense for y'all to get N'Keal Harry. So other than that, man, I think that really everybody for the most part picked who they needed.
They wanted, yeah.
Like it was crazy. Like the Cardinals, they needed wide receivers, so they got all of them. The Seahawks needed wide receivers. They traded up to get some people. They got DK Metcalf, so that's good for them. Bad for me if he does great.
Bad for me. I wanted him on the Jets.
Yeah, you did. We ended up just pretty much filling our holes. Like we ended up, I guess our controversy was trading up after we traded down so many times. We traded up to get a running back. So now the controversy is, who is Gurley okay? and he congratulated Darrell Henderson, but again, he's kind of keeping it under wraps whether he's going to be 100%. So we'll see what happens with that. I was actually surprised. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, oh, what are y'all doing here? But other than that, like it still wasn't really anything that was like out of the ordinary. Besides that, like everybody pretty much got who they needed, and I was like, this was a pretty like up and down draft this year.
It really was.
Yeah, I just say that it wasn't anything like too exciting. Everybody got what they wanted, and again, we'll see when the season comes around.
I mean, it was only a matter of time though when you really think about for like offense and defense. After a while, like of course you're gonna have to start switching these off. So if there's like a consistent draft of a lot of offensive guys over and over for the past few years and everything like that, it was gonna get to a point where a lot of teams were gonna start needing a lot more guys on defense. So I think we just finally got to that point in the NFL when a lot of guys needed defensive guys. And that's why we did it.
You could tell the reason why everything shifted defense is because the Patriots, as old as they are, they were able to beat these teams with these high-powered offenses with their defense. So the mold is now, well, how did the Patriots win? How did they beat?
Oh wait, so you're
Mahomes?
telling me you're telling me the Patriots are the ones that molded the draft and saying because of how the Patriots are, we have to get more defensive guys?
Exactly the same way that the Giants, whenever they beat Tom Brady and all that, and you notice whenever that happened, everybody started drafting those fast defensive ends. Whenever Tom Coughlin had them to beat Brady, that's what happens. You look at these Super Bowl teams, and that they pretty much coaches want. What is it that they did to win, and that's what they're looking for.
Gotcha.
And they see a whole bunch of defensive people that was coming up in this class, like, well, this is what we need because we need to slow down these high-powered offenses. In the end, that's what you need to do this year. I mean, we thought from the beginning of the season it was going to be Rams and Chiefs after a few weeks when we saw how fast they were going, right? And in the end, what happened? The Patriots defense was the one that stepped up the most.
You're right. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but I mean, that's just crazy to have all that power, to literally have all that power. But hey, I mean, we'll be interested to see. This is the 100th season of the NFL, so something special. So
it's so funny. We were playing nice with the Patriots the whole draft. I don't know if y'all peeped that.
Oh, I saw.
We traded with them so many times.
Yeah, just like, hey man, you beat us, but it's okay, it's all right. Well, because they know they beat themselves, but whatever.
And also, Sean McVay, he really does respect Belichick. So
I mean,
like, he wants to know like what their strategies are in the draft. So
I mean, if you really think about it, he's like. Belichick, minus the whole cheating scandal and everything like this, is a fucking genius coach. Let's just keep it real. So as a young coach looking up to a much older coach and everything like that, I mean, of course you look for guidance in some type of way, and I'm sure he'll provide some non-cheating stuff. So you want to get the LA Rams, caught up in a cheating scandal or anything like that. Just throwing that out there. But it was I'm just throwing, just saying.
Wow, Ace, okay.
Hey, call it like I see it, man. But that was the NFL. It's really, really interesting to see how like how defensive heavy it was. But I'm curious to see how the league goes for this year, especially with some more rules and everything along those lines. I mean, everyone keeps being worried, and including myself, about all these new rule changes and how the game is just really changing up, going down from Little League all the way up to the NFL. So I'm curious to see how this next season will be, especially since it's such a it's important. This is an important season. Like it really is an important season for everybody, but just for the NFL in general, because we're at a point. Well, I mean, I say it because one, it's the 100th season. I also say too, it's just that I've noticed that every year some rules being revamped or some rules being added. Things where these new studies are coming out about CT scans and then people's bodies and everything along those lines, getting to a point where you touch somebody, you're getting a flag and everything like that. So I'm curious to see how things progress when it comes to NFL refs and then everything along those lines. But we will see a little bit later. And I mentioned this earlier. We were talking about the NHL. The Golden Knights, they're out. Yeah. interesting. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, that's cool they represent Vegas, but I don't care. I don't have like my heart's not hurt. My heart's not hurt.
Far cry from when you were telling everybody last year if they won. You were saying how you would go to all their games, you would buy a jersey.
Oh, well, yeah, I did say
you're definitely going to be following the Las Vegas Knights because they did something historical going.
Yeah, and I did follow them. Doesn't mean I can have emotional. No, I didn't ignore them. I knew when they lost. Trust me, they blew a huge ass lead, and then there was
Did you go to any game this year?
Yeah, I did. I actually went to twice, and you can check that on my Instagram. Thank you very much, sir. So, anyways, NHL playoffs are currently going on.
41 games.
As of Siggy, can I talk? Thank you. The NHL playoffs are going on as we speak right now. JG, what's going on with your team, man? Are they still in or are they out?
I mean, it's tied right now. It's tied 2-2.
You talking about Stars against the Blues?
Yeah, against the Stars. Yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden that's your team now, huh? Not Tampa Bay. No,
this guy, don't even start. You know damn well.
I did the same thing because I'm the Dallas. Because my team's
it's never been it.
Siggy, I thought you were an Islanders fan.
No, I'm going for the Islanders because my Rangers are there. I'm a Rangers fan.
Then we said that, but y'all up, man. 3-0 was going on.
Yeah, they're done. So I gotta go jump to the Stars now since I'm in Texas.
This guy, but what we were talking, excuse me, we were talking about last time. What ended up happening, y'all?
Damn.
The Capitals lost to the Penguins. Got swept. I'm like, man. See, Ovechkin can't beat up on those 19-year-old kids no more. They ended up getting knocked out. So
he out of here. That's karma. He was like, yo, so you want to beat up a young kid?
Now the Hurricanes on now they on the verge of routing the
They're going pretty far. All these wild card teams are the ones tearing it up right now.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, like I said, I'm paying attention. I hope that the Blues can get through this. But like I said, it's tied right now 2-2, and we'll figure out. The Sharks are currently facing the Avalanche tonight, so we'll see what happens with that. But the Sharks are up 2-1 right now.
Yep, that's what I'm looking right now. Yeah, Sharks are up 2-1. Man, I mean, I'm interested. Who you got in the Islanders and the Hurricanes, Siggy?
Well, Islanders aren't coming back down 3-0. There's no way.
That ain't happening.
So it's Carolina. It's going to be Carolina against. I'm still thinking Boston's going to go through.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they should. I mean, they're the ones that are the highest seed left in that side, and they're the ones that can score a lot. I'm shocked at how bad they're playing, but I still think they'll pull through.
True.
In the end, I think they'll be the ones representing the finals.
Okay.
Them against, I would think it would have been San Jose or St. Louis, but I don't know. Colorado and Dallas, they seem like they're playing pretty good right now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. So I guess we will see on that. And let's just go ahead and just talk about the NBA playoffs. There's a lot of things going on. James Harden is got fouled in the eye, like pretty bad, and he was saying this after the press conference after the game. He can't see. Like, he ended up getting knocked out of the first quarter, and clearly with that happening, the Rockets hurt from that. But the whole Rockets organization, they even brought up about a case from last year from the NBA with the refs and everything along those lines, and talking about missed calls and everything like that. Siggy, I'll go with you. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, the Rockets aren't helping themselves when they have these just blatant flopping and stuff like that from Harden and stuff like that. So
right,
when you have somebody that's constantly playing wolf or crying wolf, it's just whenever something happens for real, they're just gonna think you're faking it. You know what I mean? So I don't. There's calls, yeah, they were missing. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe the Warriors would have gotten, if it was Steph or KD. But then again, you see some that I mean, James Harden looks like Darth Vader's out there choking him from a mile away, and he's just it's like
it was phantom, bro. It was a phantom choke. That come on.
That one was so hilarious. And then the one with Steph, where he hit him a little bit, but it was that like 20 seconds later. Oh, by the way, now you got me. It's like that over drastic head bob, like he got smacked so hard. It's like, come on, man. But the eyes, that one would be pretty weird looking. The only other person that saw something like that was with LeBron, right? Whenever he had the bloodshot eye like that.
Right.
So now Harden's both eyes looked like they were bleeding.
Yeah, it actually looked pretty bad. Like, I was like, ooh, that finger to eye is always like. I said it
the last time. The only chance the Rockets have is if Capella can beat that team in the inside, and he has just been pedestrian at best, and that's not going to help. And then if if Harden can't see and he's missing a whole bunch of threes, or the team's missing threes as a whole, then they're not going to be able to keep up with the Warriors.
I mean, it's been a close, but the thing is, though, it's been a close game, Siggy. I mean, it's been 104 to 100 the first game, and then 115, 109 the second
I can
game.
tell you why they lost, because Capella sucked in both those games. I'm serious.
Aaron Gordon and Austin Rivers, when he had to come in for Harden, they did okay. Like, Austin Rivers definitely did a good job of bringing them back, but like I said, no Harden, then that's, if he's having issues, then they're not going to go anywhere.
Right. Let's just be real quick before we get JG's opinion on everything with the Rockets. I mean, we're getting the Western Conference Finals right now, in my opinion, between the Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. And can we both agree to that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody wanted to see for the finals. Yeah.
Okay, so we're seeing that. But going back to JG, what are your thoughts about any further thoughts about everything with Harden, with the Rockets organization, and everything surrounding that right now?
I mean, it's not even just the Rockets. Like, this is going to be an ongoing issue. Like, I feel like with basketball, football is obviously a big thing. That's why the rules are changing. But with basketball, like, this is probably one of the organizations in the U.S. where the refs are always going to be an issue. Like, we hear about this all throughout the season, every single season, especially when the playoffs come around, because people are so passionate about their team. So they're going to point out every single thing that happens. And like Siggy said, there were some calls that were blatantly obvious that didn't get called. And then there were some calls that didn't get called that shouldn't have got called because that you were flopping. Like, that's like that James Harden stuff was just ridiculous when he was, choking himself. Like, but this is what happens. Like, people complained about LeBron doing this for years. And it was justifiable. And, the same thing happens with other players too. But it is what it is, man. I don't think that there's going to be any way for anybody, any organization, or any individual players to be able to, get all the calls and for all the refs to call everything straight down the middle. It's something that they're just gonna miss, and something that they called that shouldn't have been called, and something that they called that they don't call that should have been. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. I feel like it's no point in wasting all of that time and energy to complain about the refs, because it's going to be like this. Like, it's really nothing new, and that's it's a shame to say, but again, like, not much has changed with how the refs officiate these games.
Not at all. Hey, man.
And let me just go. Remember whenever Boogie got picked, that I like the team having Draymond as the center because they would be playing even faster.
I mean, it's true.
True. Now that they're forced to do that, you notice how the team has been like a lot better.
They're used to it, bro. They're used to the chemistry.
At this point, it's like we know he's an undersized center. He's not really a center, but
it works for them, bro.
So much better when
changes the dynamic.
Ultra small. Yep.
Completely changes the dynamic and how people have to play against them when you do have these slower centers and everything like that. But so right now the Rockets are currently 2-0 against the Warriors are currently 2-0 against the Rockets right now. And there'll be game 3, which is going to be tomorrow. From time, actually no, it won't be tomorrow. It actually will be game 3 is going to be Saturday the 4th. And speaking of other games, we have to talk about Dame Dollar, aka D-Man, UNT 2014, hitting that ridiculous shot on Paul George. Yo, we didn't get to talk about it on the podcast, but we gotta talk about it. Was that a bad shot? Was that poor defense, or was it just what was it? What, JG?
Nah, it wasn't a bad shot because he's been doing it forever.
Right.
They call him Logo Dame for a reason. So Logo Lillard. So like, it wasn't a bad shot for him. He can hit those. So again, it's not a bad shot for him at all. Paul George was just salty as fuck. He said, "Yeah, that was just a bad shot." Why you gotta be a hater, bro? Why can't you just say
that was more like poor defense? He should have known that he couldn't give them that much space.
Don't ever give anybody space, bro. I've always been told play to the whistle ends, bro, and that's exactly what that was. And that man hit that shot in your face, ended it, and then he looked at the camera like, come on out, bro.
The problem is people think that only Steph can do that. But
Thank you.
Clearly not the only one who can shoot from that range.
Now Steph may be more lethal from right when he crosses half court, but Dame Dollar's been doing it for a while, bro. Damian Lillard's been doing that for a long time. He's had a few buzzer beaters like that. So give that man his respect. And speaking of his respect, look at it right now, y'all. The series is tied between the Trailblazers and the Nuggets. 97 to 90, game 2. Series is tied right now. So we're going to get some back and forth between the Portland Trail Blazers right now. A lot of people, including myself, was like, they're going to find a way to choke. They going at it right now. They're hustling. They're going in. The Nuggets is not going to roll over too easy either. So we're gonna see a really good series between them.
If Cantor is that hurt though, Denver's gonna roll him over.
You think so?
Yes, because Jokic's just gonna abuse the shit of him.
Yeah,
It's like you can't stop him already, but Cantor at least was able to help a little bit.
Right.
But without Cantor, oh man, you're gonna see huge games from him.
Right. Now I got you.
They need Cantor.
What about you, JG? What you thinking about the Trailblazer and the Nuggets matchup so far?
I still got the Nuggets.
Okay, you still got the Nuggets.
I think that in game 2, besides Enes Kanter, because again he's having shoulder issues right now.
Yep.
The reason why they won that game is because of Rodney Hood. They needed that third person, and Rodney Hood ended up finally stepping up. If he doesn't step up, or if Seth Curry doesn't step up, they're not going to win. So I still don't have faith in them. It's still going to be the CJ and Dame show, and again they can only do so much. But again, that's been the only other problem with the Portland Trailblazers. There have been no other people in the backcourt that have stepped up. It's always been Nurkic before he got hurt,
right?
And now it's Enes Kanter, but now he's having issues. So it's not looking so good for them. The Nuggets did have their scare with Beasley. That man got a bloody nose and then got hit again and got another bloody nose. And then they ended up, clearing the benches and they're having issues too. And the people, apparently people were fighting in the stands too. It got that serious.
Oh, it got heated, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, so they were upset, but nope, I still got the Nuggets advancing.
Okay, still got the Nuggets. Yo, let's talk about it. A lot of people thought the Celtics were gonna just easily beat the Bucks, especially after the performance after the first game. But I saw a lot of and this is why I was waiting to bring that up. I saw a lot of people on Twitter going off talking about they were actually going to see the Celtics go over, and then a lot of them were Celtics fans, which I thought was just crazy. And also, I had personal friends talking about this. I was like,
they must not have been watching this.
Yeah, that's what I was
supposed to win this series easily.
That's
what did the first game. Shocked everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing that was crazy to me. It was like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, I was actually really shocked, like the performance by the team and everything like that. But y'all, let's keep it real.
I told you why. I knew that. I told you the strategy for them to beat the Bucks was going to be Horford.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Horford had a monster game.
He had a fucking ridiculous game, bro.
That's the only way that they can sustain that. And of course, he had a regular average Joe game. The second one that they got destroyed.
Yeah, the difference between the first and the second game for Horford is, like I said before, I personally think that the Bucks are going. I actually really want to see the Bucks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do. They deserve it. I mean, let's be real. Like, they have the better team. I think I think the Bucks have finally gotten to a point of where they're able, everybody's clicking together, they're playing hard and everything along those lines. Chris Middleton went off. Giannis is going off too. It's a great thing. So I'm actually personally excited for it. And I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, I may be a little biased because it's fuck the Celtics, obviously, obvious reasons. But hey, the Bucks may do it. They might end up going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, let's see what they're doing so far. Right now, the series is tied 1-1. Got another game coming up. Next game is going to be tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific Standard Time. JG, what do you think about the Bucks and the Celtics so far?
I mean, it's pretty much what we knew was going to happen. They're going to go back and forth. I think this could easily go 7 games.
Really?
Yeah. No one's going to steamroll over the other one. We've clearly seen that in the first 2 games.
Right.
What I believe is going to happen, though, I do agree with you that I would like to see the Bucks go to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think realistically, I think the Celtics are going to go, and then they're going to get past the series
because of experience or what?
I mean, experience is one. I just think that they're going to eventually find a way to contain Giannis.
I don't know, bro. The Greek freak is real, bro.
I mean, he's always going to do his thing, but you can limit him. You can limit him to at least 20 points.
Oh man,
if he can do that much, I think that you can. And they showed that in game 1. Like say you were saying, Horford stepped up in a big way. And he ended up being a real big threat for them. I think that the Celtics are going to go ahead and get past it though.
Damn.
I still don't believe in the Bucks getting to that point just yet. But
Okay.
they're really close.
All right. What about you, Siggy? You still think who you going?
I agree.
You agree?
The Celtics are going to do it in 6 or 7. I mean, you got to think about it. This was their best game, Milwaukee, and they needed Irving and Hayward to shoot horrible.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Like not even a regular game for them to.
Yeah.
And that's just to win by, they still won almost by 20 whatever points. But I'm just saying, if Irving and Hayward have even decent games, then Boston could have won that game. So
Okay.
if we're gonna assume that Kyrie is gonna be that horrible all the time from 3 or just from the field, then the Bucks are gonna win easily. But I can't see that happening. And then
He only got 9 points, and Hayward only got 5.
Yeah, that's wild.
Exactly.
Bro.
So they get their averages, let's say 15 and 30. There you go. That's the game right there. So I think the Celtics are gonna find a way to beat them because I think they felt them. That they manhandled them that first game. They played flat the second game, but it was still kind of close. And except for the third quarter. And then now that they're at home, they'd be like, okay, we have confidence that we can beat them easily.
Yeah.
So sure. I think the Celtics are gonna be in a good shape.
Gotcha. Also, we got to talk about it during the time of this recording. At first, it was the game is actually over now. So 76ers beat the Toronto Raptors 116-95. Is this young core finally clicking, you guys? This is game 3. Philly is ahead 2-1 right now over the Raptors, the star-studded Raptors. Siggy,
Philadelphia's star-studded also.
Well, I guess in a sense, when it comes to younger, I think when it comes to more experience, I feel like the Raptors have more experience, even though they choke too. Don't get me wrong, but the 76ers young core, hey, bro, they looking good, man. Like, let's be honest.
I'm not shocked by this. I think this is also one of those series that's gonna go 6-7.
Okay, so another 6-7.
Yeah, because it's more, Toronto knows they have to win, the next game, right? Because if not, then they're out. So yeah. I think it will go to. I think they'll play hard enough to win at least one in the court, just like Philadelphia had to win in Toronto. So I think it's one of those like that. Whoever wins game 3, though, I think is going to be the one that wins eventually.
No. We mean game 3.
Whoever wins the third game is the one that's going to win eventually. That's what
I mean. Oh, okay. Hey, I got you. Now I get you.
So Kawhi did his thing. It's the biggest issue with the Raptors still is Lowry. I don't know why.
You think so?
Like, of course.
Yeah.
Your max contract guy be so horrible he can't even get 10 points in the playoff game. I mean, that's
you're right. He went 5-5-7. So, and he played 38 minutes. He played 40 minutes. No, he played the most out of everybody. Him and then Danny Green. Yeah, he's been
so horrible. I mean, it's ridiculously bad how he's been playing. That's the reason why the Raptors are just doing horrible, because Seagram and Leonard are doing all they can, and they just need that other guy that's supposed to be the guy doing everything. And he's not doing anything. He's not even dishing what he's supposed to do. So he's just bad.
So you think the Raptors are gonna blow this one?
Nah, I think if anything, Leonard is finally gonna talk and be like, "Hey, look, Larry, man, you need to step the fuck up." Period. It has to be him. There's only one guy on the team that's not pulling his weight, and it's him.
I mean, so you can definitely see that.
If he could do good on both sides of the ball, then it'd be different.
Right. That's true. So right now, if we're looking at the playoff tree at the moment, Golden State Warriors over at the time of recording, Golden State Warriors is 2-0 over Houston. Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets are 1-1. Milwaukee Bucks and Boston Celtics are 1-1 also. And then you have Philadelphia 76ers 2-1 over the Toronto Raptors. So as of right now, if we were going to go who's going to be in the finals, who would you say from the Western Conference? JG, go.
Dang, you need to ask me my individual opinions on the Sixers and the Raptors.
Wow, you gonna skip them?
Right.
Go ahead, JG.
You always forgetting about me. I would actually name somebody else who hasn't shown up. We already know Lowry didn't show up, but Serge Ibaka.
I knew you were gonna say. I'm just looking at the stat line too.
Nah, Serge Ibaka has been a no-show.
Oh so man,
if Serge Ibaka and Lowry both don't show up,
hey man, Philly's gonna take over.
Yeah, I think it's current for them because I said it even since the beginning, even though I was clearly wrong about them in Brooklyn. But I will say that the Sixers on paper are supposed to beat everybody.
Yes.
And I truly believe that. I think they're supposed to beat everybody. So with that being said, man, I think that Leonard and Siakam can only do so much. If nobody else shows up, then I think that the Sixers are going to take this. So I think that in the East is going to be the Sixers and the Celtics, and in the West is going to be the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets.
Man, damn. All right, Siggy.
I had the same: Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, and the Sixers.
I don't know, man. I think this may be the year for Portland, man. I really do. Like, I really do. I'm gonna have to go against the grain on this one and go with Portland and the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and then the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm gonna say Milwaukee, and I'm gonna say Toronto. That's who I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee and Toronto. I think that the Bucks are gonna. I do agree that I think it's gonna be a 6 or 7 game one for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics. But I just feel like the Celtics are gonna lose it. I really do think so. I think Giannis and crew is gonna just say, no, this is our time and step up. And then I do feel like as great as 76ers have been, Toronto's gonna step up somehow. And I don't know if Lowry's going to be the one to step up, or if Kawhi is going to have to just put even more on a team on his back, and then they're going to get into the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's what it's going to be. So we've talked about the finals and everything like that. I mean, the playoffs and everything like that, but we have to talk about this one news in particular. And this is with a former Laker, now a Brooklyn Net. You guys heard the story. You guys heard the story about the weed on the plane. You guys know
iced tea.
The fake Arizona iced tea. Okay. Look, and I'm throwing this out there now. By do any means does the game Illuminaughty, myself, JG, and Siggy condone drugs or anything along those lines? You do what you want to do. We're not condoning it or anything like that. We're just talking. So we're just throwing that out there. But how stupid do you gotta be to go to the airport with weed, bruh? Like, and
you're rich enough to just go buy it wherever you go. I mean, that's the thing, you know what I mean?
And then you try to fake it, which made it worse, in a fake Arizona tea. It wasn't even real.
I mean, this reminds me of Jurassic Park with the Barbasol can, trying to sneak the dinosaur DNA out of the...
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what he had, like that kind of chemistry. You open up, there's an iced tea from the bottom. It has a whole bunch of weed in it.
Like, he had to feel so stupid when they caught him and just were like, "Oh fuck, y'all found that." Oh man,
where was he going? Does anyone know?
I don't know, but he was in LaGuardia. He was leaving New York, and he was in
like, come on, man.
He's leaving Queens.
You're rich enough. You can get weed wherever. Like, you don't have to.
You can get people to do it for you, bro.
It's legal in so many states now. Like, there should be no excuse that you're still trying to smuggle weed on the plane, bro.
It's one thing, right? It's one thing about hiding it from the NBA, but what the fuck you gotta hide it from the actual airport for, bro? It's, like JG said, it's legal in other states.
Like, we know y'all smoke weed. Like, countless NBA players have already said it, and you're in the off season now, technically for you. So I mean, you can, for more or less do what you want. But that was just a dumb decision. Like, I hate all these people with so much money making dumb decisions.
Man.
In the end, since it was less than 50 grams in New York, that's $100 fine. So, but all of us was a big embarrassment in the end. But still, that was so dumb. You could have just.
I'm sure the NBA is
gonna bought it somewhere else.
The NBA is gonna probably fine him though too.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
especially since it's news now.
Yeah, it's definitely,
like said,
absolutely.
It's just a big embarrassment in the end for him.
It just made it worse because of Arizona tea, bruh. A fake can of Arizona tea, bruh. Like, I know he got this makeshift for Arizona tea. He thought that shit was fire, bruh. He was like, "Oh man, I'm about to smuggle a whole bunch of stuff, man. I can't wait."
He looked that up on Google or something, man. Look, he said, "What can I find that I can sneak my weed in?" He said, "Ooh, Arizona tea. All right, this gonna work." Like, bruh, it's a liquid drink. You know they're going to search it. You're not even supposed to have that with you. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you can't even have
exactly.
Yeah, they'll let you bring water across the TSA. What are you doing? At least put
they probably were wondering why he didn't want to throw it away.
Exactly.
I can imagine that's what the conversation was. No, sir, you can't bring liquids. You got to throw it away. No, that's a special can. I don't want to throw that one away.
Damn, why you gonna be so stupid, man?
Oh my god, bro. Oh my.
Yeah, that pause was probably like, why are you not wanting to throw this can of Arizona Icy away, dummy?
Yeah, that's wild, bro. We had to end the podcast on that, you guys, because I was just like, when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
there was one more NBA news you forgot.
Go for it.
22 years now. He's gonna play again. Vince Carter.
Oh yeah, shout out to Vince Carter, man. He's gonna break. He's breaking the record.
That's wild.
What did you think though? You think he still got it?
Yeah. Absolutely. If he plays fundamentally sound, absolutely.
It's amazing though, because he's proof that guys like when people say, you know, well, Melo can still do it, he can. If Vince can still do it, then Melo and all them can still do it too. Even Dwayne Wade and everybody else. It's amazing though that he's still there and nobody ever questions if he should retire or not. You know what I mean?
It's Vince Carter. Who the fuck is gonna question that man? Of course not. His legacy is up there. His legacy is there. He's getting his farewell tour if he does end up wanting to do one and everything like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna give everybody money.
I think I think now it'd be it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think everyone's gonna get one, but Vince definitely deserves one.
Well, I'm talking about the obviously people who are up there.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but now it's a thing. Now it's a thing that, you know, it's going to be celebrated.
What's his hashtag going to be? Dunk like Vince? I don't know. Goodbye, Vince. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. But shout out to Vince Carter, man. 22 seasons? Jeez.
22.
Jesus Christ.
She would be 42 years old, right?
Man, bruh. If he can do it, LeBron James is gonna do it for Bronny. A lot of people throw that out there that LeBron James wants to wait to stay in the NBA until his son gets potentially drafted. But that would actually
go.
He probably can. I mean, I can't see him retiring time soon. Well, obviously we see Wade, we see, you know, some of the people from his draft class already starting to retire. We see some of them already coaching, but he's still not anywhere near 22 seasons. You know, we just now celebrated with them 14 years.
Yeah,
so that's still 7 years away. Do you think LeBron's gonna last that long?
Not if he keeps playing the way he is, though. He's gonna have to change up his play style. That's not gonna.
His body is gonna start breaking down.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, he fucking suffered a growing injury, bro. Yeah, like that right there knocks off a couple of years if you don't play right. All it takes is that one awkward movement, him jumping up for a dunk or an alley-oop or some shit like that, and it's a wrap. So, but yeah, if he changes his style, I mean, to see LeBron James less aggressive on offense is one thing. To see him on defense less aggressive, because a lot of times he don't play defense.
See, that's the thing. I think that's what he's afraid of. The game is going too fast though for anybody to slow down anymore.
On offense, it'd be wild to see him play a non-aggressive game of basketball, bruh. He's always been the aggressor, bro. He's always been. It's
almost impossible today, because that's the reason why we're looking at Melo. He can't do that anymore, so that's why he has no fit.
Hey, man.
We talked about that with the Rockets. We talked about that even with the Knicks. There's no fit for his style, and that's the style though that guys like Vince Carter want to accepting, but of course that role wanted being you're going to be on the bench only for a certain amount of minutes.
Right. I mean, like I said before, it's interesting to see. So, shout out to Vince Carter. Shout out to him for going through for another season, man. Jesus Christ, bro. 22 seasons. This man has been in the league longer. He's been in the league. Oh my God, bro. Longer than I've been an adult, fam. Like, let's really think about it. Like, that shit is wild, bro. I'm 28, about to be 29, and this man has been in the league. That man has been in the league since I was.
Since you first knew about basketball, like like you were watching it, yeah.
Like I was 6 or 7, bro. That's fucking wild when you really think about it. I was 7 years old when this man got into the league, bro. 7. I'm about to be 29. That's you gotta commend that. Like, for him to have the legacy he has and still be in the league, bro. The aggressive is that's wild, bro. Shout out to him, man. That's a lot on your body, man. That's just so much stress on your body, man. Just to go through all that and to try to stay fit and everything like that, man. I'm waiting for Vince Carter to be an analyst, though. I feel like he killed the analyst game, man. I feel like he would. You see, they're trying to recruit D Wade already. They want him to be, and I can see that happening too. So
who's are they? Is he trying to go to where
I'm not sure.
Shaq and them are at?
Speaking of Shaq, and Charles Barkley just need to throw one good time, another good time. Like, they just need to go off camera, because Shaq was going off. I tell you right now, I'll beat your motherfucking ass right now on camera. You better stop messing with me.
Oh, you know what we did forget too was the finger, the Curry. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, bro. You see how his finger went back like that?
Yeah.
Your finger.
They're lucky that all it was a dislocation.
But yeah, bro. But it's Steph Curry, bro. You know he's gonna do all he can, man. He's not gonna go out like that. Like if he can allow it, he won't. But man, yo, shout out to Vince Carter again, man. That's wild, bro. 22 seasons. That's amazing. Any other news that you guys want to go into before we go ahead and wrap this one up?
Anything?
Yeah, we pretty much hit everything.
So, all right, predictions wise, since we talked about the NFL draft, we didn't talk about though which team do you think came out better? Which team do you think is that wasn't in the playoffs last year that should make the playoffs this year?
That wasn't or was?
That wasn't. Which team has the best chance that wasn't now with all the stuff they did?
Can I be biased?
You can be biased.
Oh, okay, then Chargers.
They made the playoffs, didn't they?
He clearly said who was.
No. I felt like we weren't in the playoffs with that performance we had, but
there's no. I felt like y'all were.
All right. It definitely ain't gonna be the Raiders. That's for sure. I'm gonna just throw that out there. Fuck.
The Browns got better draft and trades and stuff like that.
That would actually.
The Browns would be one.
The Browns is definitely a one. The Browns is definitely a team for sure. I have to go with the Browns. Odell Beckham Jr., bruh. He gonna do it. He gonna have his revenge.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Say finally the Jets are gonna get some love.
Damn, I wasn't gonna say that. All right.
I was gonna say my Jets too. And I was trying not to be biased, but since you didn't, there you go. Since you picked Jets, I picked Browns. So what do you pick, Ace?
I mean, I was gonna actually go with the Browns, bro. I feel like the Browns.
I'm the one that said it
Yeah,
though.
so that doesn't.
They had a really good draft,
bro. They didn't really have. They had an okay draft, but bro, if we really being real, bro, they probably had one of the best things that they could do. They had one of the best off seasons, off rip, bro. They're actually they got it, bro. They got a lot of. They have a lot of talent, bro. Like they actually are seriously contending for not just a playoff win, bro. Like they have a squad, man.
Like now people are thinking that like they're gonna win the East and the Steelers are gonna get knocked out.
I can actually see it, bro. If they play well, I need to see the first few games, but that's not that wouldn't be such a far-fetched idea, bro. Let me keep it real with you.
I mean, not the East and North, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's why I agree with you. So
the only other teams that were close or like I said on the cusp was the Titans, and the Dolphins. I mean, Dolphins got Rosen. What do you think about the Dolphins?
I mean, you got Rosen and Fitz. Y'all ain't going nowhere. And they still didn't really get any wide receiver help, to be honest.
Nope. So we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, on the NFC side, it was the Panthers, the Falcons were on the edge, Minnesota, and Washington. That's crazy that Washington was close.
Yeah, it was.
After all of that, the East was so trash.
Yeah,
the East was terrible.
The East was so trash that the Redskins was still in it.
Terrible, bro. That lets you know how bad the East really was for the Redskins of all teams to still be contenders.
You think any of them might get in there this time over another?
That's kind of hard to say, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, some of them underperform. I mean, everybody didn't expect Green Bay to be that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Minnesota Bay has to be like the obvious team, right? That should.
Minnesota, they thought that too.
But Green Bay has a lot of internal issues still going to this day, so they got.
Vikings just messed up at the end because, like I said, they were in it. Then
they were
get knocked out by the Eagles. So
So we gonna see.
I think had the best draft. Period.
Best draft. I hate to say it. I think the Seahawks did.
Really?
I'm not mad at that.
I think they did everything that they needed to do to be competitive, and they already made the playoffs, but just to maintain. And now that we know that Baldwin's gone, McCaffrey's. I really do think he's going to be the next Julio Jones.
And they got the deal.
That sucks. That Baldwin news. Like, even though I can't stand the Seahawks, but I'd never wish for nobody to not be able to play again. So that just really sucks if he is like truly gone, and he won't be able to play again. Yeah. So the Seahawks, again, like I said, pretty much every NFC West team did what they had to do. Like the Arizona Cardinals and the Seahawks needed wide receivers, and they did just that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say the Colts. I think that the Colts had the best draft. Like I was sitting there looking at their picks. I'm like, bro, like y'all were really like getting everybody that y'all needed. I think the Colts are gonna be a menace in the AFC South. Again.
So this time they'll pull it off and actually win the South instead of Houston.
Yeah, I think they should.
Yeah. Okay.
I can agree with that.
That'd be nice to see, like I said before. Shout out to my Chargers too, by the way. They got some defensive picks that we needed. So, it looks like we got a quarterback too, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Now, overall, do you think this is? I mean, Kansas City's losing a big piece if they decide to get rid of Hill. I mean, that news is gonna be.
That shit's wild.
I mean, that's crazy. That remember we showed that stat when we were during the season, how they had like the top 4 players under 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mahomes, Hill, Hunt, and Kelsey, and all of a sudden that's reduced to half now. Maybe potentially Hunt's gone. Obviously, he went to the Browns. Another player that makes the Browns better.
Exactly. That's the wild thing.
Hill is kind of, we don't know what's going on. There's rumors that they might have to drop him, etc. I mean, do you think the Chiefs are still gonna just be good because they have Mahomes and Kelsey in the end, or do you think it's gonna take its toll?
I mean, nah, I think with no Hill, I don't think they're gonna be as good.
They picked the Hill Light, right? That was their draft pick.
They did get a wide receiver, yes.
Yep. That has the speed and pretty much it was like a prototypical, like him. It was built like him. I can't ever say there's going to be another Tyreek Hill, but
yeah, because he is special.
Yeah,
he
is.
But he messed up, dog.
So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think, like you said, the Colts, they should still be good on their side. The Chargers are always been a good team as long as Phillip Rivers is. I don't know if that's going to last.
Yeah,
as long, but we're getting into the same with the Patriots. We don't know when they're finally going to show their age. You would assume that
fucking never, as long as they have Belichick, never.
But what about Baltimore? Do you think they're going to hold on to that spot up there? Do you think Cleveland and Pittsburgh are not going to make noise?
I don't think Pittsburgh going.
A little bit.
I think Cleveland will.
Again, they had a very good draft.
Yeah, absolutely, and they have a
Marquise Brown, which is he could easily like. I'm pretty sure he's going to be training with his cousin because I didn't even know that AB was his cousin. So I was like, oh, okay, that's why they call you Hollywood Brown. All right, makes sense. So they got exactly who they needed in the first round. Mm-hmm. They got Miles Boykin too. So and then they got another running back. Like they had a really good draft too. So like I said, they're not going to be any pushovers. I think their defense is still going to be stout, and I think that finally they're going to find a way to get Lamar more involved. Now that he has more weapons.
They're gonna take the cuts. They're gonna take the training wheels off him. We'll see him fly more and air it out more. Yeah. It's an interesting team to watch next season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It might be the same teams. Just looking at it. The only team that might make some noise would be the Browns, and that means that they have to fight off the Colts or the Texans, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
I still think the Bengals suck, so I don't think they're going to do anything in the North.
Hey man,
we'll see about that.
We will see.
Texans were pretty light in the draft.
They were. I think they're relying that now another year that Watson's just going to be a beast.
That I think they picked up like a tight end. They got one tight end, which they really needed because that was one of the main positions they were slacking in. But
yeah, didn't one of them get in trouble too? Speaking of that, didn't Griffin get in trouble? I forgot. I thought I saw him in the news.
I'm not sure.
Who?
He might have.
Was it Ryan Griffin?
Yeah, Ryan Griffin was there.
Tight
ends.
I want to say there was something that happened.
Yeah, he got arrested 5 days ago, accused of punching out a hotel window.
There you go.
So, man, there it is. It was in Nashville, too. So.
Oh, damn. Oh, there you go.
He probably got mad at the draft at the time.
Yeah, you said
because it was in Nashville, the draft, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna get replaced. Oh, man. Poor Ryan Griffin.
Oh, man. God damn.
All right, that was it though.
All right,
I just wanted to talk about that.
No, you good. So appreciate everybody for coming through for yet another podcast. Much appreciated. This has been another episode of Triple Threat Sports Podcast. If you would like to continue to support the game Illuminaughty as a whole, why not check out our Patreon? That is patreon.com/GI updates. We have a whole bunch of awesome tiers. We also have a Patreon Discord that we play a lot of games with our Patreon members, and we do the community podcast as well. I mean, a lot of games that we're currently playing right now is the Division 2, Apex. We have more Mortal Kombat 11 lobby's gonna start soon, doing some stuff with NBA 2K and a whole bunch of other games. So if you want to check that out and meet a cool community and hang out with us as well, be sure to check out patreon.com/GI updates. Shout out to everybody watching the video version, and shout out to all you guys listening to us on your favorite podcast platform. If you guys do have any questions or anything like that sports related that you guys would like to have answered on the Anchor app, be sure to answer them and ask them, and we will answer them on the next podcast. Thank you guys, and be sure to rate us, by the way, you guys. The more that you guys can rate us on your guys' podcast platforms, you know, the bigger that we can continue to grow. So we really do appreciate it. So shout out to all you guys. This has been Ace of All Trades, UTXJG the Don, and Siggy Guns with the Game Illuminati, and stay enlightened, gamers. Peace.